Thank you. Sometimes I think I enjoy this part of my day more than any other, when I have a chance to answer letters from you listeners on the air. I hope that the few we're able to read will be representative of the problems that many others of you encounter in your lives.
The first letter, Norman, comes from a rather love-struck young lady. She writes, "I'm only 17, and I hope you won't think I'm silly for writing you about this. But I've been going steady with a boy who's a year younger than I am. He broke off with me a month ago, which I wasn't too unhappy about at the time. I saw him on the street the other day and now realize I made the mistake of my life in losing him."
As important as this fellow may seem at the moment, it doesn't sound as though he's the right one for you. I think this boy probably just doesn't want to get trapped. And you can be thankful he doesn't, because you'd be trapped too. And at a time when your freedom to meet all kinds of young men is your most valuable asset. Take it easy. Relax. When the time comes for you to settle down with one fellow, you'll know it by the confidence and maturity you'll feel. You know, I'm afraid you've just got a bad case of puppy love for the moment.
I couldn't agree with you more, Norman. But I think she ought to accept puppy love for what it is, not for what it can never be. Now, after this message, we're going to hear from an unhappy Yale graduate who lives in New York City. Somehow, this Yale graduate has never settled down to getting a job. "I had a job in advertising 7 years ago," he writes, "but I was fired. I've never gotten over the injustice done to me. I read a lot now, and I'm interested in chess, and fortunately, I have a small income from my family. Yet I feel I should go to work. How can I get started?"
You get started, young man, simply by getting started. Who hasn't been fired from a job? There's no need to stop living on account of it. Until you get the self-respect that only a job can give you, you'll never become a happy, productive member of society. You know, there's a big, wonderful world out there that's passed you by. It's sailed clear over you and your chessboard. But remember this, it's not going to be easy to find work you're going to be happy with right away. After a 7-year vacation, no employer is going to regard you as a first prize. Above all, give yourself a deadline for getting that first job. Well, I'm afraid that's it for now. Please write to me, Norman Vincent Peale, care of this station. If I don't get to your letter on a broadcast, I'll promise I'll answer it personally.